Oh, good. Still working.
Secrets unfold, true crime stories, let the intrigue be told. Grab a seat, get cozy, let's dive into the plot. With Mac J by my side, there's so much to be sought. Mods from the stars, they light up the night. Chillin' with Van, everything feels just right. Welcome to the mystery, the thrill, the thrill we embrace. Solving cases together we'll trace. With Tabby and Maggie, the journey's begun. With laughter and stories, we'll shine like the sun. Sun. Spirit time vibes with Lisa and Mark. Tia and Mel igniting the spark. According to Lean, curiosity flows. A curious rose in a garden of woes. Sweet misery whispers, tales that enthrall. While Matt, Meg and Jody, we gather them all. Welcome to the mystery, the thrill we embrace. Solving cases together we'll trace. With Tabby and Maggie, the journey's begun. With laughter and stories, we'll shine like the sun. Sun. So come along, join the fun tonight. In Aussie true crime, everything feels so right.
Oh my God, I nearly hit end stream then. You think after all this time I would know not to press buttons? I nearly ended the whole lot. Oh my God, what a week. I think we say that every week when we come in here, don't we?
Yeah. Sounds right.
Beautiful Van. We've got Van in here. Love when she joins our chats. Beautiful Jody. How are you, my darling?
Hi.
So good. So I know a couple of people, or a fair few people on YouTube last night were asking me, because I know a lot of you are my friends on Facebook, and I put up a post about my beautiful grandson. I just want to let everyone know he is okay. He's home again now. He's got fluid on his hip, what caused him to not walk, what panicked us a little bit. Apparently it's normal, even though no one I've spoke to has heard about it.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God. That cat's just started already.
Oh no.
You know what he does now? If I ignore him, he will go to the garage where my daughter's room is and will meow at her from there. Get her to open the door. Who's coming down the stairs? Sebastian, can you let the cat in, please? then he'll stop whinging. But we also have some good news. So, of course, it was good news. My grandson's home. Very excited. And I was just telling Mac J, I went on my crime tour thing on the weekend, and I said to Spirit Time, make friends with the guy that was running it because he was the owner. Next minute, the guy that was running it is driving us home at the end of the tour. That's how friendly Spirit Time got with this guy. And then they rang me this morning, and I have a job interview as a true crime tour guide and paranormal tour guide in Brisbane. So I'm so excited. I have my interview on Thursday, so I'm sure I will let you all know how I go. But yeah, so we've got a special case tonight. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong background. That's so not right. I've got Erin Patterson up. We're not doing her. Let me see if I can find one that will suit better. Will that one work? Okay. Just 2 seconds while I fix this background. Or did I already put it in here? No, I didn't put it in here. See how far behind I am on everything? Okay, that's not going to work. How about we just put that one up for tonight?
Okay.
That will work. That's better. I know, Jodie, I am so excited. If I get it, it'll be even better. You won't see me on a Friday and Saturday night, but it'll be fun. So, is Kaz here?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I did let Kez know.
No, I just say Van talking to Kaz. I'm like, is Kaz here? Okay, so tonight is a special one, and it's on a girl called Phoebe Bishop. Let me find the right one to put on. And I just want to pause that for a minute. Now, this one's a little bit close to home for me because Phoebe's actually friends with my granddaughter's family. So it's one that I wanted to cover, and I want to go over the timeline with everyone. It's very close to all of us. I know Mac J is very close to the area, but
Yes,
it's in
very close.
Gin and everything. So it's one that I want to cover. There is so many coming out at the moment, sadly.
Good luck getting into that park, by the way.
Is it hard?
Yeah, but they've also when I went down there, they've closed it off with police tape. You can't get in there.
It wouldn't surprise me because they said that there was evidence there that they collected. They've stopped searching there now. But anyway, we'll get into it when we get to that part.
Okay.
I don't know this story. I need a life. I'm back. My darling, this is the first one we've done on it, so you're going to hear the whole lot. It's only just happened, this story. We're probably 2 weeks into it. So let me get into it. Let me tell her story, and then if you have questions and I can answer them, I will. But as I said, it is still an active investigation, so I'm not going to have all of the answers either. But what I've got and what I've researched, I have got for us. Beautiful Chris, how are you, my darling? Welcome in. That's okay. You can listen while you drive to work. So good to see you in here. So let's get started. And she's so beautiful. Every picture I've got of her, she's so beautiful.
Yeah, she
So,
is.
yeah. Who is Phoebe Bishop? Phoebe Bishop is a beautiful 17-year-old teenager. Phoebe is 6 feet. She's 180 centimetres tall. She has a pale complexion. She's got long dyed red hair, hazel eyes, and Phoebe has been missing since Thursday, May 15th, 2025. So, as I said, we're about just over 2 weeks. What's 2 weeks too long? So,
Yeah, sadly.
this is her missing poster. It has been out since the second day she was missing. And it says that police are seeking public assistance to locate a 17-year-old girl reported missing from Bundaberg since yesterday morning, what was the 15th. The girl pictured was last seen at the Airport Drive, Bundaberg, around 8:30 a.m. yesterday. She did not check in for her flight and has not been seen since or heard from since. She was last seen carrying luggage and wearing a green tank top and grey sweatpants. And they have the number there for the police line and the website as well, if anyone has anything. So Thursday, the 15th of May, Phoebe, at just 17 years old, packed up all her bags and left for an airport to catch a flight. But she never made it onto the plane, and the Queensland native has apparently vanished without a trace. She is really pretty. And 17, her life was just starting.
It was.
Firstly, there was the last-minute phone call to her boyfriend, a high school sweetheart who had moved across the country to Western Australia, just moments before she was meant to have boarded her flight. Phoebe had spent months saving up to purchase her airfare to visit him in Western Australia and was scheduled to fly out of Bundaberg Regional Airport on the morning of Thursday, May 15th. Despite suggestions that she made it to the airport, a family member revealed that she had not gone through the check-in process. She didn't check in for her flight to visit her boyfriend, who she spoke to on the phone at 8:30 in the morning that morning. And that was her last phone call as well. Her phone was turned off after that phone call. So her phone has been switched off from this point. So as soon as she had that call with her boyfriend, the phone got switched off. She hasn't contacted anyone at all, and no one has seen her since. So that was the last physical contact that we have of her. According to the story that the police have told, Phoebe was driven to the airport at Bundaberg and dropped off close to her terminal. Yet Phoebe, who is described as 6 feet with pale complexion, long dyed red hair and hazel eyes, has not been seen on any CC footage. Now, my daughter's that high, or that tall, and I can tell you there is no way they get missed when they're that tall.
Nope.
A land search was conducted around the Airport Drive and the surrounding areas on Monday, but police had failed to locate any of her personal belongings, and Phoebe's phone and social media accounts have been inactive since she went missing, while her bank account has seen no activity since May 14th. So May 13th is the last time that any of her social media accounts were active. She did have like TikToks and stuff like that, as well as obviously Facebook. Do you mean just like any 17-year-old? But none of them have been touched since May 13th, and the account has not been touched since May 14th. And it's funny because her mum actually made a comment in one of the things that I was reading that she would spend money like drinking water. So for her account not to be touched is very unusual.
I
So this,
agree, because like teenagers are be a bit silly with money.
Yeah. Like my youngest is what, 25, and she still is horrible with money. So this is just a kind of show like what was going on. So Thursday, the 15th of May, 17-year-old Phoebe Bishop was scheduled to fly from Bundaberg to Western Australia via Brisbane. She did not check in or board for the Bundaberg flight, and her last sighting was at Airport Drive. And there has been no sign of her since. So anyone, look, I know we have a lot of people over the pond that also watches. So Jin, she would have had to go to Bundaberg. What they drove, it was supposed to be a 40-minute drive. She would have then caught the plane, what would have been a small, because it's only a regional little airport, to Brisbane. And then she would have caught a bigger plane from Brisbane all the way over to Perth. But as you can see down the bottom in the little map, it's all the way over the other side. So it was quite a big flight for a 17-year-old to take by herself. Where number 1 is, that is where the house is. I am going to show you the house. It is horrible. I wouldn't want.
Yes, I see some houses in that road. Yeah.
It's disgusting, but we'll get to it. But that's where the house is. Up where number 2 is, that was the 40-minute drive to Bundaberg, and then obviously she would have caught the flight from there. The silver Hyundai iX35 hatchback that's there, it had a registration of 414EW3. Take note of that number plate because it's going to play a part a bit later.
Yes.
But that's the car. That's the car that they believe drove her to the airport. Now, I am going to say this as well. As far as I know, and I could be wrong, there could be police that have other information that we don't have, but as far as we know, the last sighting of her was by the people in that car. So no one physically saw her get dropped off at the airport. She didn't check in to the airport, and none of the CC footage at the airport caught her at all. So, yeah, take that for what it is. But we will meet the people that were in the car in a minute. So they're also the same people that Phoebe lived with in that Jin home. So family officially reported Phoebe missing, and Phoebe is to have been living with James Wood, who is pictured here, and Tamika Boomley, who is the other one. So this is a couple that she was living with in Jin, and they haven't been named as suspects, but let's keep that one to ourselves too.
Yes.
And this couple had been together for about 6 months, living in this house. So police therefore turned their attention to the car that she travelled to the airport in, a 2011 silver Hyundai iX35 hatchback with the registration 414EW3, which has now been declared a crime scene. The vehicle is owned by Tamika Boomley, with whom Phoebe was staying at the property in Jin, west of Bundaberg, alongside Boomley's partner, James Wood. Who actually drove the car to the airport, we don't know. So this is just, yeah. I've been looking everywhere for that bit of information. So up the top in the corner, hey, we all, until we have kids, yeah, I know. Well, that's the other thing. There is a lot of comments about whether she got on with her family and things that she had put up on Postbook about her family. I'm not putting them on here because I don't think that matters. Do you know what I mean? Kids can say a lot of things about their
No,
parents
it doesn't.
growing up, especially at 17. If you listen to some of my children, they probably wouldn't have told you the nicest stories about their mum. So this is the house up in the top corner that she was living in. It is also a crime scene now. At the other side is a bus that was owned by Mr. Wood himself. And down the bottom is just the police going through. That was out the front of the house. But yeah. So when police finally...
Oh, gosh.
You're right?
Yeah, no, I've just got, like, info.
Oh.
So, regarding that area, but I'll tell you later. It's not
Okay.
YouTube safe.
When police finally arrived at the rental house, the stench of passed away dogs, 3 or 4 that had been recently shot, filled the neighbourhood area. A stomach churning stench. Get my words out. A stomach churning stench surrounded the home on Thursday morning, and Miss Longwood, who was a neighbour, said the remains of up to 11 dogs had been reportedly found on the property during police inquiries. The couple were not at the address while detectives in forensic gear scored their home. I did hear this is very uncommon because I heard that they don't usually leave this address. And I know me and Mac J have had many conversations about these dogs. As far as I know, they were buried, but yeah, apparently it smelt pretty bad.
11, that's insane.
11's being nice. I've
wonder
seen
how-
that number go up and down.
Really?
Some reports is as many as 14. Oh, what?
Jeez.
So a friend who wished to remain anonymous has shared the last message that they received from Phoebe, and this message was on Monday, May 14th. May 12th, sorry. So she went missing on the Thursday, so this was a Monday before. And it says, "Thank you, girl. Yeah, he honestly is a duck face, appreciating you and how you're going." The next one is Phoebe. "You're okay. I've been better, but I focus on the good shit. I take off to WA in 3 days. Get out of this shithole for a bit, so that will be good. Just packing at the moment." And they've replied, "Oh shit, that's far. How long are you going for?"
And then nothing.
There was a special, and I will mention it. I think it was on the project, and it was an auntie of Phoebe's that came out and spoke. But I have, and I'm not going to play it for us because I have also heard that auntie has not spoke to the family in like nearly 10 years. So I don't think anything she had was credible. But that's just in my opinion, and I'm just choosing to keep it out. But I am mentioning it happened. What? Again, Phoebe is described as being 180 centimetres tall, a pale complexion, long dyed red hair, and hazel eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a green tank top and grey sweatpants and carrying luggage that has yet to be found. We have not found, well, if whatever the police have found, they've not let us know. As far as we know, everything's still missing. I know I'm repeating myself. It's just really important to get her information out right now. So
Yeah.
May 17th and 18th, Phoebe's mum, Kylie Johnson, reportedly posted to social media urging anyone with information to contact the police. On Sunday the 18th, more than 400 missing person posters with Phoebe's photo was plastered across the Wide Bay region, including Bundaberg, Ballarat, Childers, Bigden and Gingin. Social media posts were also widely shared to local and national missing person pages and news outlets. I do also know that we also had the National Missing Day, and they were all turning their lights on around Bundaberg and all those areas for Phoebe to help light her way home as well, which I thought was sweet. So on Monday the 19th, police conducted a land search along Bundaberg's Airport Drive and surrounding areas, but failed to find Phoebe or any of her belongings. Police described her disappearance as out of character, and a media conference on Tuesday asked for more information about a 2011 grey Hyundai iX35 hatch that had been seen around Airport Drive. So this was the first update that Queensland Police actually put out on their website. So update, missing girl Bundaberg, Queensland Police media on May 19th.
Your audio's breaking up.
Is it? Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah, like roboting.
Should I go out and come back in, or is it fixed? Let me know if it happens and I'll go out and come back in if I have to. So the update, missing girl Bundaberg, Queensland Police Station media on May 19th, 2025 at 4:18 p.m. Police, we can hear you, cool. Police are continuing to appeal to the public for assistance as investigation into the 17-year-old girl reported missing from Bundaberg continues. The girl pictured was last seen at Airport Drive, Bundaberg, around 8:30 a.m. on May 15th. She did not check in for her booked flight and has not been seen or heard from since. Police have conducted a land search of Airport Drive and surrounding areas today, May 19th, but have not located the girl or any of her personal belongings. Police and family hold concerns for her welfare, as her disappearance is out of character. The girl is described as approximately 180 centimetres, pale complexion, long dyed red hair and hazel eyes. She was last seen carrying luggage and wearing a green tank top and grey sweatpants. Police are appealing for dashcam footage at the Airport Drive and Summers Road area between 8:30 and 9:30 on May 15th. Anyone with information regarding the girl's whereabouts is urged to contact the police. It's Mac breaking up. Okay. Well, just let us know.
Yeah, that's weird. Because for me, Aussie is breaking up, but for chat, it's me breaking up. I don't know what that's about.
StreamYard.
Streamer.
So these are more of the searches. The top one, I think, is near the airport, and the other two are in the Goodnight Scrub National Park. I think that's what it's called. Where there has been a big search. So these are just more pictures of the searching. The top one up at the house again. And trust me, I've been nice with the house. There's a lot worse pictures. On Wednesday the 21st, 6 days after Phoebe went missing, police said that they were treating her disappearance as suspicious and 2 crime scenes had been established. One was the Gingin home where Phoebe was living, and the second now was the grey Hyundai owned by one of the associates, which police seized. It is believed to be the car that Phoebe travelled to in Bundaberg Airport. Okay, my darling.
So can I just say something?
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to tell you this before the stream, but I forgot. See, you know how they say, what I find interesting is she just vanished on that road,
Mm-hmm.
or supposedly dropped at the airport, like, but here's the thing, how could that have happened? Because if she'd really been going to the airport, because there's an area not too far from there that's like all shopping centers and stuff. So how did they not catch that car on security camera?
There is I have seen some pictures of the car from other people's CC footage that they've got. I think they're just asking for everyone's. So I want to keep this to the facts, but obviously there is a lot of people online talking about it. And there's a lot of people saying that there was a fight at the Gin home at 5 o'clock in the morning and there was yelling and screaming. As I said, these aren't facts. This is just what people are talking about. It was reported to the police and the police took till 8:30 to go round there. Obviously, we know by that time they had already started going to the airport because her flight was for 8:30 that morning. I've heard many things what the fight was over, but I don't want to say because I don't know for a fact. All I do know, though, is the only sighting that we know of was from the people in the car. There is more going around that there was a fight in the car and 10 minutes prior to them getting to the airport that he put her out. Some people are saying that he picked her back up. Some people are saying they didn't. So they're just rumours. As I said, they're not facts, but they're being spoken about a lot on YouTube. I mean, not on YouTube, on Facebook and X and places like that. So, but they're not facts.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, yeah. And it's also going around that the house was a DRUGS house too. What would explain a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I heard, from, let's say, people in the area.
Mm. A lot of neighbours are coming out and talking, put it that way.
Everyone in the country town talk.
Well, I don't know, there's only like 1,200 people in Gin. It's only a small town. So this was it says update 1, but the update I just read was really their first one. This is their first update after that one. But they always call it update 1. It came out on May the 21st at 9:47 in the morning. Police have declared 2 crime scenes as the investigation into 17-year-old girl reported missing from Bundaberg continues. Phoebe Bishop, pictured, was last seen at Airport Drive, Bundaberg, around 8:30 on May 15th. She did not check in for a booked flight and has not been seen or heard from since. A property in Gin where Phoebe was living prior to her disappearance and the grey Hyundai I-35, believed to be the car that Phoebe travelled to the airport in, have been declared crime scenes. Police have seized the cars. Police are continuing to appeal to the public for dashcam and CC footage, and the grey Hyundai iX35 with Queensland registration 414E3W near the airport and Samuels Road area in Bundaberg, and also the Gin area on May 15th. Investigations are ongoing into her disappearance is now being treated as suspicious. Anyone with information regarding Phoebe's whereabouts is urged to contact police immediately. Phoebe is described as approximately 180 centimetres, pale complexion, long dyed hair, hazel eyes, and she was last seen carrying luggage and wearing her green tank top with grey sweatpants. May 21st, 2025, expanded search. The search for Phoebe intensifies, and homicide detectives joining the case, police divers, and the State Emergency Service expand their search to the Goodnight Scrub National Park, about 45 kilometres south of Gingin, and it's near Bundaberg. Evidence seized. Investigators recovered forensic evidence believed to be linked to the case, which is currently undergoing analysation.
Hang on, is that the second park they've gone to? Didn't they go to a different one first?
I'm not sure. This is the first one that they advertised they were going to, but I have heard from some people that there is like a big bushland park just down from the house as well. So that might have been there that they were searching when they searched the house.
Okay.
And then they went to Goodnight Scrub. So I do know at Goodnight Scrub they have found some evidence. They're not telling us what it is. And they believe that there was more evidence there, but they believe it has been moved. I don't know how, but that's what we've got from. And they were at Goodnight Scrub for what, about a week?
Yeah.
I know, I was trying to send Mac J up there.
Right. I got as far as the one of the stores near there, but then the coppers were like everywhere, and I'm like, oh. Yeah.
I need to give you an Aussie True Crime shirt. You just dust it off and say. It's what I did when I was in Adelaide. Spirit Time was very embarrassed. Like, it's all right, I'm here. So update 2 from the Queensland Police was on May 22nd. The very next day, 24 hours later. Police are continuing to process the 2 crime scenes as the search for missing 17-year-old continues. Phoebe Bishop has not been seen or heard from since May 15th. The property in Gingin and the grey Hyundai are active crime scenes. Currently, no one is in custody in relation to the investigation. However, police continue to speak to people who know Phoebe. Police are continuing to appeal to the public for dashcam CC footage of the grey Hyundai with the Queensland registration 414E3W near Airport Drive and Summons Road area in Bundaberg, also the Gingin area on May 15th. Detective Acting Inspector Ryan Thomas said the public information is vital in piecing together Phoebe's last moments on May 15th. You may have a small piece of information that may lead to us finding Phoebe, Detective Acting Inspector Thomas said. People don't vanish. Someone knows something, and we're urging everyone or anyone with information to contact police immediately. And they've just got her description again. So May 22nd, 2025, the flatmate was arrested, and that was Tanika Christian Boomley, who was Phoebe's 33-year-old flatmate. She was arrested in Millbank, Queensland, on charges unrelated to Phoebe's disappearance, including unlawful possessions of weapons and explosives. Her partner and Phoebe's other housemate, James Wood, is not currently a suspect. So I believe it was 3 guns she had. And again, for people that are over the pond, we don't get licensed to carry guns around. These guns were actually found in the car and in the house, and there was ammunition found as well.
Yeah. You can get a what do they call it? Hunting license.
Yeah.
for the rural areas, and I think were they charged with, did they have a license or not?
No. No, they didn't
Oh,
have gun licenses, and I think they both had records, but I'm not 100% sure on the record part.
okay.
I do know that she was charged, and they have let her out on bail because I did see her exit the police station. But
Yeah.
so the 33-year-old woman identified as Phoebe's flatmate Tamika Boomley was arrested in Millbank in Queensland, Bundaberg region, and has since been. Okay, she got refused police bail, but she has been given it now. She appeared in Bundaberg Magistrates Court on Monday. Police alleged a shorter firearm ammunition and the 2 replica handguns which were found inside the grey Hyundai, while further ammunition was discovered in the Jinjin home. Both the vehicle and the residence had previously been declared crime scenes as part of the separate investigation, what was Phoebe's. Miss Boomley has been charged with 2 counts of authority required to possess explosives and 1 count each of possessing and acquiring restricted items and unlawful possession of weapons. Her partner and Phoebe's other housemate, James Wood, reportedly attended the court to support her. I know she has been let out on bail now, and she's not allowed to have communication with James Wood.
Ah. Was she only in court on the Monday, like, as in yesterday?
Today? No, I think it was
Oh, I
last
mean
Monday.
today.
Yeah, no, it was last Monday she was
Dang
in
it.
court. But that was only for the weapons charge.
Okay.
And bail, I'm assuming, because she got bail. Beautiful Lizzo, how are you, my darling? He is doing okay. He is back home. I can't say what the name of what he had is or what he has is. They said it's still going to take like a week or 2 for him to fully get his walking back. But what it was is it was fluid on his hip. Apparently it's normal in boys under 8. They can get this when they're sick. And yeah, he's back home and we're 3/4 back to walking. So we're a bit wobbly, but yeah, he's on the mend. This Nana's heart's fixing now.
Oh. Poor Baba.
I was terrible yesterday. I don't know who was more scared, me or him. And they're like, we're going to give him a needle. I'm like, I'm out. Just tapping out of this one. Well, I went and got the coffees. Like my daughter there. She's so much stronger than me. So Queensland Police News, this was their 3rd update on May 23rd, 2025 at 4:46. Police have searched bushlands and waterways in the Goodnight Scrub National Park area. May 23rd as the search for a missing 17-year-old girl continues. Phoebe Bishop has not been seen or heard from since May 15th. Specialised police, including the dive squad, have been involved in land and water searches at the Goodnight Scrub area, but have not yet located any items of interest. This is part of a various search in the wider Jinjin and Bundaberg areas that have been ongoing this week. Currently, no one is in custody in relation to the investigation. However, police continue to speak to people who know Phoebe. Police are appealing to the public for information, including any movements in the Goodnight Scrub area on May 15th, particularly in the Mingo Road and Gunda Road areas.
Gunda.
And Phoebe is
Gunda.
described as approximately 180 centimetres, pale complexion, the long dyed red hair and hazel eyes. Investigations are continuing. So May 25th, 2025 is the ongoing search. The search for Phoebe has entered its 11th day, with continued efforts by homicide dive squads and conducting extensive searches in the Goodnight Scrub National Park and the Gingin areas. Specialised units, including the cadaver dogs and the SES volunteers, are involved in the search. Public appeal, Phoebe's mum, Kylie Johnson, described the situation as heavy and heartbreaking nightmare, expressing gratitude towards the community and police for their support. She and Phoebe's father have vowed to continue the search, turning on lights as a symbol of hope. Oh, thank God. And Lizzo, I've got an application. I have a job interview for a true crime tour guide on Thursday. And they do ghost tours as well, so I'll be doing both. So I'm quite excited for that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I'll tell you on Messenger. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So update 4, and I think this was the last one we've had from the police, was on May 26, 2025, and it was at 12:32. Specialist police, including the dog squad, are working alongside aerial assets and the SES in the continued search for missing 17-year-old girl Phoebe Bishop. The ongoing search will centre on the greater Goodnight Scrub and Gingin areas. Some items believed to be linked to the investigation have been located during the search and have been seized for forensic examination. Police have now expanded the search area and have renewed their appeal for information after recent investigations show that some evidence had been moved from the Goodnight Scrub area prior to the police arrival. Detectives are now appealing to anyone with information, vision or sightings of the grey Hyundai i35 between May 15th to the 18th in the greater Gingin area to contact police. Phoebe has not been seen or heard from since May 15th, and again, it's got her description. I know, I'm so excited, Lizzo. Trust me, if I get it, everyone's going to know.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. You can get all this info.
I know. I've even got to do one on the tour we done. The tour was amazing. I loved it.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
So this is just another one of them in the Goodnight Scrub area. But it kind of shows the area.
That's what those trucks are.
Hey?
I saw, was it last week? Yeah, there were like 3 trucks like that on the main road.
Probably heading out there.
Yeah.
I just thought it shows the bushland that there. So the car that centered the investigation of missing Gingin teenager Phoebe Bishop has reappeared on the streets of Bundaberg with a noticeable modification. Now, remember I said keep that number plate, the grey Hyundai iX30 from Queensland registration 414E3 EW3, which police believe the car is what the 17-year-old travelled in before her suspicious disappearance had been spotted on the streets of Bundaberg with what appears to be modified number plates. Like, say you're guilty without saying you're guilty. Images of the car obtained show... Hey?
Oh, that's just weird. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff I want to say, but I don't know if I can say it on the live.
You can say it. Hi, beautiful Jessie. Welcome in, my darling.
Oh.
So images...
I saw a car with a dodgy number plate. It looked like it'd been done with spray paint. I didn't think anything of it.
Please tell me it wasn't a grey Hyundai.
I don't know. I only saw it in passing in seconds. I couldn't tell you, but I thought the back
You're
of it looked
close enough. You
weird.
probably have, because you're very close to the
Yeah.
area.
What surprised me, I couldn't tell you if it was a Hyundai or not, though. But I just the number plate looked dodgy.
Well, images of the car obtained show that the number plate had been modified with black electrical tape and maroon paint to change the appearance of the registration from 414E3W to 474BW8. That's what they tried to change it to. New South Wales appears to be handwritten on the number plates in black ink, despite the original plates being registered to Queensland. The image shows the Hyundai logo covered over by a makeshift Toyota emblem. So for people that... Hi, beautiful Ruby Joy. Welcome in, my darling. So for people over the pond that don't understand that, each state in Australia, so Queensland, New South Wales, all the different states have their own number plates, unless you have personalised plates. But we all have, like, each state has a different kind of plate, and they've tried to make theirs look like New South Wales. So here's the top, and you can see how they've tried to modify it in the two different ways. One was with tape, and then they've tried to paint over it to make it look...
Sorry, that was my dog.
So again, tell me you're guilty without telling me you're guilty.
You guilty? Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have any information for police, contact Police Link by providing information using the online suspicious activity form 24 hours a day. That's at police.queensland.gov.au.reporting, or you can report it on Crime Stoppers, what is 1800 333 000, or report online to crimestoppers.com. I've also got the reference number there if anyone needs that as well. Again, I know a lot of people that listen and tune in are in that area and around that area. It's just why we want to really get it out there. P&K, not a lot. We're just going through the timeline, but sadly there's not a lot. I think the last thing was her mum, and I've got that for us to listen to as well. So that was just thank you for joining and listening to Phoebe's story. Please leave your front lights on to guide this beautiful lady home. That is a request from her mum for people in the area to leave their lights on.
Yeah, people have been harassing the poor mum on Facebook.
All the family
Did you
have
hear
been
about
harassed.
that?
Yeah, all the family have been harassed. And it's why they're not coming out and speaking. What's sad.
Yeah, like, it is sad. Like, you know, I'm just disgusted, man.
So about 2 days ago this came out. I did put it up in our Facebook page for people, but I wanted to play it. This is Phoebe's mum, and this is the first time that she publicly came out. She did speak to some news papers and stuff, but this is the first time she came out. It only goes for 2 minutes, but I thought it was important.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm Phoebe's mum. Our lives have been changed for the worst after the sudden disappearance of my daughter, who was last seen on May 15th. This is a pain no person or family should ever have to experience. Phoebe was a beautiful, loving, kind, and person, and every day not knowing where she has been is devastating for us and may help to bring Phoebe home to contact the police. Even the smallest bit of information may be all the police need to find Phoebe. I would like to thank the police involved for their tireless efforts in looking for my daughter. They have kept me informed and are doing everything they can to find her. I also want to thank our community for their constant support and messages. I know that this investigation isn't over. It will not be over for me until we find Phoebe. I still hold hope that Phoebe will come home, but I have to consider the possibility that she also won't. In the worst case scenario, if the worst case scenario has happened, I at least need to know where she's resting. I need to know where Phoebe is. My daughter wouldn't just disappear. Someone knows something, and as a mum, I'm asking you to come forward with your information. Please speak to police if you have any information, big or small. You can report information to police anonymously via Police Link or Crime Stoppers.
So, and there goes Mac J. It wasn't long, but I did think that it had to be. Now it's playing other things. Now there's one more thing. I have made a little, I'd say, presentation that I thought I would play just for Phoebe and just, yeah.
In the night, where did you go? Your laughter echoes, but now it's moving slow. You missed your flight, dreams stitched with despair. In Bundaberg silence, we all stop and stare. Oh, Phoebe, the stars are bright tonight. Tell us where to find you so we can make it right. Pheobe Bishop, where are you now? Your loved ones are lost, we just need to know how. In the map of our hearts, you're a shining star. We're holding on tight, no matter how far. Each moment passes, a shadow in our heart. Your family waiting, longing for a start. Thoughts of you linger like whispers in the breeze, lost in the dark among the swaying trees. Phoebe, please come home, don't fade away. In our love, we hope you're just a call away. Phoebe Bishop, where are you now? Your loved ones are lost, we just need to know how. In the map of their hearts, you're a shining star. We're holding on tight, no matter how far. Oh, Phoebe, the world feels so wrong. Come back to us, where you always belong. The world feels so wrong. Come back to us, where you always belong.
Thank you, Baby Joy. So this is one that we are going to be continuing to cover. When the court cases start, we will try and get to them, because I know there's going to be There's so much more I could say, but as I said, it's not fact, and I don't want to put a lot of the rumours in there. There has been a Facebook page, so for people that want to follow, there is now a Facebook page on Phoebe, but I will also post what I find in our Facebook page as well, and keep updates in there, and me and Mac J will keep following it and keep updating you on this case. As I said, it's one that's very, very close to my heart. I'm just going to say the facts again. She's been missing since Thursday, the 15th of May. She went missing from Bundaberg Regional Airport. What was the last place she was seen? She never checked in for her flights, and she wasn't caught on any CC footage at the airport. I do not know if there is CC footage at the front of the airport, like if they would have got the car coming up or not. And that I don't know.
Never mind. I'll carry on, Messenger.
And she last spoke to her boyfriend at 8:30 in the morning on the 15th of May, and her phone has been turned off since. Her social medias hadn't been touched since the day before, what was the 14th. So, yeah, that's what I have for Phoebe. Is there anything else you want to say?
All I just want to say is it is a rural town. So if you haven't lived in one before, it's kind of really hard to understand how vast the gaps between the cities, which have all the CTT everywhere, and then a shrub national park. But yeah.
And our heart's definitely going out for Phoebe. Do you know what I mean? I know that they've mentioned homicide and cadaver dogs, but the police are still holding out hope that she's still with us. So it's what I want to do. I still want to hold hope to her family. Do you mean you have all of our love, all of our prayers? I know this must be a really, really hard time for the family. I know it is. Just know you have our hearts, and we will continue to cover this case and keep everyone updated.
We will.
Other than that, I think we'll leave it there and see you all for the next one, because we've got the rest of our mushroom case to finish for last week, and I'm working on that one. I'm a little bit behind because of the hospital visit, but I'm back on it now. So, and as for the job interview on Thursday, I will let everybody know if I get it. And if I don't, none of you hear about it. But thank you everyone for coming. Please make sure you like the video. If you're in the replay crew, so I can't even get that word out. Please like the video. That's all we ask. And yeah, just pray for this beautiful girl, and let's see if we can find her.
Yes.
Thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Bye. Bye everyone.
Of a true crime on the rise, investigate the scene, uncover the lies. From Melbourne to Sydney, all the way to Perth. No case too tough, we'll dig into the dirt. We'll crack the code, find the truth, bring justice to the table. No excuse, Australian legends in the game, bringing light to darkness, no shame. Just got a super child, let's celebrate. Raise a glass for all the cases we've solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. From cold cases to missing persons, we'll leave no stone unturned. Every virgin detectives in our hearts will never give up, but justice and truth will always hear us. Ooh, thank you so much. Ooh, let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Thank you so much. Let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we've solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. For all the cases we've solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Let's celebrate, raise a glass for all the cases we've solved in the past. With eyes wide open, we'll never rest. Aussie true crime, we're the best. Thank you so much.